So we're back at the Southwest Region NMRA convention in Flagstaff.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was a ball. And one of the organizers was Frank Baker.
Right.
And 8 years ago, we did a look at his railroad, the Morristown and Erie, which is in a separate building out behind his house.
Oh, that's always fun.
In Scottsdale.
Right.
And so that's quite some distance from the convention at Flagstaff. There's a whole bunch of sections of this railroad that were under construction at the time. Well, it's like all model railroads.
It's never finished.
They're never ever finished. Anyway, what we're seeing here is the footage from 8 years ago.
It is a New England-based railroad called the Morristown and Erie. It is basically reminiscent of my childhood. The names are all in the areas of New Jersey where I grew up. But it's a freelance. It's just the creative side of it.
Anyway, 8 years ago, it was quite an impressive railroad.
Oh, I was really impressed with it.
But he was saying it's really come a long way since we saw it 8 years ago. And he said, can't you come down and see it? And we said, well, gee, it's a long way to drive.
Right.
And so he said, well, I'll send you some footage. And then you can see it that way. So he sent us footage of this section of the railroad, a whole bunch of sections of the railroad that were under construction when we last saw it 8 years ago.
I'm really impressed with this new section. Wow, it looks like New England or something.
Yeah, this was all sort of roughed in. The buildings were just foam core.
Right.
And a lot of the bench work was just bench work. The track was in. But there's this huge new section over here. Just unbelievable. I love East Coast railroading.
Oh, I do too.
It has such a different flavor than the West Coast railroading. But then again, I also love this era.
Me too.
The 40-foot box cars and everything with the roof locks and steam locomotives mixed with diesel locomotives. This is just wonderful all the way around.
It is.
And over here, the huge city, this was sort of roughed in. I think this is Erie, Pennsylvania.
Oh, cool.
Look at the steel mill and everything.
Oh, of course.
And just the whole huge city with the tall buildings, and this is just so impressive. this was a great convention. These guys, including Frank, really know how to put on a convention.
Oh, they really do.
And it's really fun when they open up their railroads this way. Just the layout tours are probably the best part of any of these conventions.
Oh, I think so.
Now, it's sort of interesting that all of this fabulous modeling, and when you ask people about Frank's Railroad, the uniform thing that people come up with, isn't that the one with all the pigeons and the poo?
Well, and to me, that is just like where I grew up. There were always a lot of pigeons hanging around.
It's just fun.
Right.
I love it. And that's all I'm going to say about bird poo.
I see it all over the place.
Yes, it is. It's my mantra, or whatever you want to call it. It's just what I use on my buildings just to create a little bit of down home.
Anyway, we want to thank Frank, and for that matter, all the guys who put on this show. This was such a great show.
Oh, it was wonderful.
And really thank Frank for opening up his railroad to all of us and letting us see the new section here. Well, if you're not a subscriber, here comes your chance. The infamous blue button. Zoink, right there, the blue button.
Right.
Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring, and we will see you here on Tuesday. We'll see you then.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.